Dancing really gets me in the mood for a party, and what I'm making today is going to make you want to have a party. Welcome to Karen's Sizzle and Spice. Thanks for joining me here today. Today I'm making another quick and easy and delicious dessert with the emphasis on delicious. And this is a no-bake cake, really easy, really delicious. You'll be a rock star if you make this for your family and friends. All you're going to need today is a package of Oreo cookies, Cool Whip, some milk, some chocolate pudding, cream cheese, about a quarter cup of granulated sugar we're going to use. We're going to use about 6 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to use mini chocolate chips. I like to use the dark chocolate because they do say it's better for you, so I don't feel as guilty when I eat them. Let's get this thing going. This one is called Chocolate Oreo Lasagna. And you know how lasagna has lots of different layers? So does this. When you cut a slice of this and you put it on a plate and you see the layers, it's gonna look gorgeous. It's gonna be a showstopper. Your friends and family will love it. And whether this is the first time that you're watching my videos or the 25th time that you're watching, please be sure to subscribe. And do me a favor, share these videos with your friends. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and it's all up to you guys, my viewers. Thanks so much for that. So the first thing we're going to work on is the crust of this beautiful cake. We're going to use this whole package of Oreos, and there's 2 different ways that you can crush these up, because that's what you need to do. You've got to crush them up. I'm going to use my food processor for most of them, but I do want to show you how to do it another way. All you have to do is take a plastic bag, put some of the cookies in there, and then beat the hell out of them with your rolling pin, and then roll them until you have crumbs. When they're all in crumbs, your crust is ready for the pan. So if you have a food processor, it's a much easier way of grinding these Oreos up into crumbs. So I just have the regular blade at the bottom of my food processor, and I'm going to throw in all the cookies. I love a food processor. It's amazing. It's like magic how it brings things to crumbs and mixes things up in record time. It's just amazing. So let's turn this on and get these all ready for the crust. We're going to need 6 tablespoons of butter to put into the Oreo crumbs to form the crust. And I don't know if you're all aware of it, but you know there's marks right on your butter that tell you how many tablespoons are here. They make it kind of simple for us. So I'm going to take 6 tablespoons and I'm going to put them into a microwave safe cup and melt it to put into these crumbs. All right, then I'm gonna pour these finely ground Oreo crumbs right into my mixing bowl. We wanna get every last drop of it. And then we're gonna mix the butter with it and we'll press it down into the pan. I'll show you how. Okay, the next step is just to add that melted butter right to the crumbs. And we're just going to mix it up till all the crumbs have some butter on them, and you'll be able to tell it's going to start to stick to each other so that it'll form a nice crust in our pan. Now, when I was looking for the pan to cook this, I think I must have lost my other cake pan, so I went to trusty Amazon and I got a Rachel Ray pan. Because for this cake, you're going to want a pan that allows a little bit of height. Because if you wrap it with aluminum foil on the top or saran, it's going to stick to the whipped cream that goes on the top. So this one's a little bit higher, you can see. Love this pan. Okay, so got this all mixed up here. It's all sticking together, kind of like mud, which is funny. And then I'm just going to pour it into my cake pan here. And then I'm gonna use my spatula just to spread it all out and then press it into the pan. I'll show you what it looks like when I've got that part done. Now that I have the Oreo crumb mixture flattened into my pan, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator while I work on the next layer. The next layer is the cream cheese mixture. And I've had this 8 ounces package of cream cheese sitting out for a couple hours just so it would soften. I'm just putting it into my bowl. And then with my hand mixer, I'm going to beat it up nice and fluffy. So it'll take a couple minutes. Okay, now that the cream cheese is nice and fluffy, and it just took a couple of minutes with the mixer, I'm just gonna push everything down in the bowl here. I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of milk. 2 tablespoons, there's 1, there's 2, and a little extra for good measure. And I'm adding the granulated sugar. That was a 1/4 cup. Then I'm gonna mix this up again. Okay, now that that's incorporated well, my next step is to put in about 1.25 cups of Cool Whip. Now this Cool Whip, of course, is thawed, so we can work with it. There's 1 cup. And the Cool Whip, we're just going to stir in. We're not gonna use, so I said 1.25 cups. Here's my 1/4 cup. And there we go. And then I'm just gonna use my spatula here to mix this up real well. It's kind of a nice, fluffy layer. So this will go right on top of the chocolate crust that's waiting for me in the refrigerator. Ooh, it smells wonderful. All right. Okay, just gonna pour this mixture right over my chocolate crust. Spread it out nice and pretty. So you see what I mean when I'm talking about chocolate Oreo lasagna. Beautiful layers of goodness. Okay. Like I told you, this will be a showstopper. I remember making some kind of desserts for a friend of mine years ago. In fact, she was my old boss, and I made some kind of fancy chocolate cake. And when I told her that I made it, she said, "You're a liar. You couldn't have made that." Which, of course, I wasn't lying. I really made it. All right, this is gonna go back in the fridge while I get the next step ready. Okay, the next step is just to pour 1 3.9 ounce box of chocolate instant pudding into a bowl with 3 and 1/4 cup of cold milk. You can use skim or whole milk, whichever you choose. And then I'm just gonna use my whisk to whisk this up. And because the milk is cold, this pudding will start to firm up. We're gonna stir it for a few minutes. Until it gets firm enough to layer over the previous layer on the cake. The next step then is to just simply pour this over the cake. Oh, you see it's nice, getting nice and thick now. That's the perfect consistency. That's what you want before you pour it over the cake. So I'm gonna pour pour it over this last layer. Talk about a decadent dessert, huh? This is gonna be fabulous. Eddie's out now. He's gonna be so surprised when he gets back and I have this fabulous dessert ready for him. Spread it out nice and pretty. And then I'm gonna put this back in the fridge and let it firm up for a few more minutes before I put the last layer on. There you go. Alrighty. The next step is just to plop on the rest of this Cool Whip. Now this container was 16 ounces, so I'm gonna leave a little bit left in here, but you'll use the remaining Cool Whip on the top here and spread it out real pretty. I can't wait to try this myself. Oh my. Wait till you see how gorgeous it is all cut up. Beautiful. Just beautiful. So this dessert has everything. It has the crunch from the crust and the crunchy chocolate chips that will be on top. And it has the creamy layers of cream cheese and Cool Whip and chocolate pudding. What's not to love about this one? And you know, if you get a little chocolate showing, because I want this to be as pretty as it can be, I'll just go over it with some more Cool Whip. I feel like a painter, like a Picasso. You know what? I feel like food is just so gorgeous. I love taking pictures of it. Everything you make, you may as well make it beautiful, right? Absolutely. And the last thing I'll do is I'll put on these fabulous dark chocolate chips. When I'm done here, I'm gonna put this either in the freezer for an hour or in the refrigerator to let it set before you slice into it. And then I'm gonna have to share a close-up of this thing when I'm done. So I'll be back when this cake's had time to set, and I'll show you how it looks when it's sliced. Is your mouth watering like mine is? While you wait, be sure to subscribe to my page. Tell your friends about me. And if you click on that little bell next to the subscribe button, you'll be notified every time I post a new video. So who better to be my taste testers than my beautiful granddaughters, Haley and Maddie. Here you go, guys. Go ahead, try it. See what you think. Give her a little help, Mommy. What do you think?
That's yummy.
Did you taste some of the Oreo cookies in there?
Oreo cookies?
Just dig in, Maddie. Just dig in. Have some more. You can have more chocolate chips. Sure, go ahead. Maddie, what are you doing? Want some more, Maddie? Yeah. I think I have their approval. Are you doing the happy dance, Maddie?
Hey, Grandma.
I was doing the happy dance at the beginning of the video.
Grandma. Mom. Hey, Grandma. Grandma.